Hi guys, welcome to Seeds Tarot. My name is Letice and I have a reading for you tonight. So this one is going to be a channeled message because I've been having some really interesting dreams as of late, and this reading is going to deal with specifically your sacral energy, your sexual energy. We're going to see what Spirit has to tell us right now, because I think there's something very significant that you need to be mindful of, okay? Dear Most High, as I come before you on behalf of the collective, I just want to thank you for all of the protection, provision, and prosperity you place in our path each and every single day. At this time, we claim dominion over ourselves and the things that belong to us. Help us, give us the strength to use our intention and attention to bind up and cast out every single cantankerous tongue, monitoring spirit, and evil eye. Big up the ancestors, angels, archangels, and ascended masters here for the highest good of the collective. Hopefully this message speaks to the hearts of the collective. Maybe put some fire up under our ass if that's what it needs to be. But with all these things I say, claim, proclaim, maintain. Amen. Ashe. Ashe. Okay. What does the collective need to know at this time about our sexual energy? Maybe even our roots. Because I was hearing, as I said sacral, I also heard like your root energy, your root chakra, your alignment. Ace of Cups. I'm gonna put it up here. Bear with me, y'all. I know the last time I did a reading, I was speaking too softly, so I'm changing up scenery so I can project a little bit more for you. The Eight of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Guess I'll take it. We got, actually give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna look this up. Jack of Swords, Jack of all trades. No, that's somebody watching me. Only thing I don't like about bangs is no matter how well I cut it, it feels like something's playing in my eyeballs. Okay, let me hush. I'm sorry, y'all, bear with me. Connecting my hotspot real quick. So the reason why I'm looking this up is because I'm using my playing card deck, and I think previously I've interpreted the Jack as the page, but I don't know if the Jack is the knight or if it's the page. Oh, I've been right. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that because intuitively I just thought Jack, like Jack and Jill kids, you know, the page. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Trust yourself, baby girl. Okay. So we have the, not my card, trying to Okay, let me get through this for y'all. I'm sorry. Anyways, we have the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and the Page of Swords. Let me get one more, Spirit, and then we'll clarify. Okay, this isn't one, but we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. I'm hearing like this is a time, this is a pivotal moment in your life where you're being asked, or really the universe is setting the table, setting the scene for you to not run away from yourself, not distract yourself and indulge in certain things that you may have been using as a form of escapism. Like this is a point in time where you're able to choose finally to like dig up the dirt and get to know yourself on a different level. So as this pertains to sexual energy, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I was having some very interesting I don't know if you can even call them dreams, but like sometimes I lucid dream, sometimes I project in the ethers, and I was seeing other things and other people, but one of the things that like really spoke to me was PORN, addictions in early adolescence. And a dream that I had, it was very like sexual, but you know, not in a very creative or flowing way. It was like one-dimensional. It's kind of, that's how it made me feel about pornography, right? And it was like I was first person, but imagine yourself as a child. I don't know when people start to be introduced to these things nowadays, but I think when I was growing up, you kind of started like being robbed of your innocence around the age of like 8 or 9, maybe younger for some, but you know, depending. And it might be in a school environment, it might be an older sibling or cousin, I don't know. Some people it's playing house, some people it's, you know, you hear the buzzword and then you go look it up on the family desktop. Okay, anyways, imagine first person, it's late at night, your parents aren't really asleep, they might be asleep, you're like being sneaky because you're really intrigued by this very graphic thing on the internet. And so first person, what I was seeing was like you're typing it in to your phone or the laptop, the desktop, and then you get on the page and just immediately, I don't know if I can say this, well, I've already been cussing on this page, but like booty and breast everywhere, private parts everywhere, intercourse everywhere. And you know, like if you hover over one of the icons, it'll show you like a short little clip of the video so you know what to expect. That's what I was seeing in this dream, right? And I woke up, I did not wake up horny, wet. It was really, it really felt like I woke up from an educational standpoint, right? And so something that I'm sensing here with the collective is maybe you started down a very explicit path from a very early age. Like you were exposed at a very, very early age, and your innocence never really got a chance to fully set in. Some people may see you as very childlike now. Maybe some would interpret you as weird, different, childish, because there were just things that you didn't have. And maybe you were preyed on from an early age too. Like there were those spirits that would be around you because you were exposed to it so early, or your sexual energy, as it seems, is very potent, very beautiful, very magical. And it's like everybody wanted a piece of the pie. Dang, that's making me think of this poem that my ex had wrote me. See if I could find it, because I want to read it for you. Here it is. So he said, I wish I would have loved you with a whole heart, instead of the fragments that have been left for you. I'm a banquet raided by picky eaters, majority of my best dishes overlooked and unappreciated. If revenge is best served cold, then what is the temperature of love? There's more, but that's all I think that is significant for this specific reading. So there's something about you, collective, where there's so much to you. There's so many layers. You have such a beautiful, I keep using this word. I need to find some synonyms, but there's this multifacetedness about you that's very fascinating. It's very captivating. You're like a sponge. And what's crazy is you being a sponge is a beautiful thing, but I think with you being a sponge, you've absorbed a lot of limiting things. And one of those limiting things is the way that you've been using your sexual energy, right? And then because it's something that you started at an early age, it's become familiar. And the thing with familiar is that typically is what you're attracted to, what you continue to pursue off first instinct or default. So if you were to meet somebody tomorrow and you feel this magnetized, is that the word? Yeah, you feel magnetized to this person. You are starting to feel like you're on the edge of obsession. It's normally not a good thing. It's normally not, because that means that you're stepping out of your emotional regulation, right? You're edging yourself on a high that could any second turn into an extreme low. So when you're starting to feel those extreme pulls on your energy, or even something that feels very like electrifying, exciting, for those of us that may have grown up where everything was extreme, so even the way that you absorbed media, even the way that you utilized your sexual energy was very extreme. That could look like rough sex, that could look like BDSM, that could look like doing a lot of painful things because you didn't have the same pain tolerance as other people. Back to the matter of hand here, that is your past, but there's something very keen on you revisiting these memories, or at least revisiting a memory that's going to help you unlock the next steps of your journey. So a new beginning for you, or something that the divine may be proposing you, is instead of like running forward or running into the next thing to do, it's kind of like, actually slow down. The next step is actually in a memory, or the hint is in the memory for what you're gonna do next. So yeah. I don't know, just like, I would say it's time for you to adapt a curious attitude as to what you were doing at an early age and why you have the habits that you have right now, especially with your sexuality. So if you know, even if you don't really want to use that word addiction, but you know that you have an unhealthy relationship with pornography, kind of investigate that. I don't think, going cold turkey or disciplining yourself is going to go anywhere if you don't know where you're coming from, right? Dang, it's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, essentially, just to regurgitate everything that I'm saying, you're not going to have the best plan of action if you don't know the history. So if you don't know yourself, if you don't know the decisions that you made, you kind of blocked out a lot of that because it's traumatic, it's traumatizing, it's dysfunctional, which is real, right? If you blocked out that, I think you're finally in a space where you're able to uncover it without falling completely apart. You're in a space now where you can actually save yourself. You can gain knowledge that's going to benefit you in the long run and help you to secure and maintain and grow a 9 of Pentacles, which would be your independence, the success that you seek, however that looks for you, okay? Dang, do I even need to clarify? Because I feel like I just did a whole oracle thing right there. All right, we're gonna see if there's anything that the divine wants to add to this. The great thing about the playing card deck that I use is it's a Bob Ross deck, so it has like a bunch of his quotes on here. And one of the things that is like really sticking out to me, I'm always saying these quotes, but one of the things that's really sticking out to me here is anytime you learn, you gain. Okay. Twos. I seen the twos first. So there's definitely something here with you being in alignment with whatever this is. I normally take these piles that Spirit gives me, but please, Spirit, like, give me one at a time. What do you have for the collective? Thank you. 3 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so there's like a need for you to like kind of slow down right now. Like the change, I know we're always talking about movement, transformation, things like that, but transformation doesn't always have to happen moving. I know somebody on the internet has made this saying circulate about depression can't hit a moving target. But your opposition or like whatever it is not depression. So there's actually nothing for you to be moving away from, running away from. So this is a very pivotal moment where you're being asked to, or it's being proposed that you kind of stand still until you know what to do, okay? And that is going to bring about significant transformation, right? Yeah, that's going to bring about some significant transformation to you, especially as it pertains to anything that you may have been, sorry, oh my gosh, oh, that's so good. Oh Lord, I'm trying to get a good thumbnail, y'all. Anyways, it's going to be very beneficial as it pertains to you transforming, like I said, those blockages that could have started with a blockage in your sacral and root chakra, but that has also altered the flow of other things in your life. So if you're noticing like your own intuitive nudges, your your intuition is kind of blocked, your sight, your third eye is kind of blocked, or you're just having a really hard time trusting yourself and moving with comfort within yourself. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, the point is, if you're having those types of blockages, money blockages, there's just a lack of flow in your life. You kind of slowing down is going to bring about an expansion. It's going to bring about necessary healing and kind of like this energy of like rebirth, like something with a phoenix maybe. Speaking of phoenix, I'm getting chills. It might be time for you to do some woo-woo stuff with woo-woo stuff with water is what I meant to say. Water magic. And guys, please don't get too dramatic with this. This is not an episode of Supernatural. This isn't, the originals, Vampire Diaries. It doesn't need to be all that extreme. Maybe let's learn a little bit about hoodoo. And do not ChatGPT that. Do not ChatGPT that. Go take yourself to a library. Go take yourself to a botanica. They sell these books. Go get a personal reading. I personally feel like, at least the way that I do tarot, this is spiritual therapy. Maybe I could tell you something about your future. But it is ultimately tied up into who you are today. Are you even capable of receiving riches and keeping them? You could win the lotto tomorrow and blow it all that same day. So, yes, I kind of just urge you to maintain like an energy of relaxation. Do not put any pressure on yourself at this time. Kind of let these downloads come to you, right? Write it out. Talk to yourself out loud about it. Find a quiet space. Find a space that you feel safe enough to be honest with yourself, okay? Because the thing is, with us misusing or abusing our energy, this is not a call for you to shame yourself or repress yourself any more than you've already been repressed. It's an opportunity to be mindful and open with yourself and be like, wow, okay, I didn't know that. All this time I felt like the only way that I could use my horniness or my sexual energy was through masturbation or having sex with people, right? I didn't know that I could pour it back into myself. I didn't know that I could read erotic books instead of watching porn. I didn't know that I could read books. I didn't know that I could figure out a new way of creating that visualization and creating that personal power, strengthening, I should say, that personal power, because you have the power. It's just about whether or not it's weak. It's like a muscle. Is it in use or not? Okay? Is there anything else you have for the collective spirit? Because right now the energy looks great, guys. Like, this is definitely an energy of recovery and renewal, okay? But it does, there are things that need to be addressed. Okay, yeah, we have the moon. Oddly enough, well, not odd, but the full moon was just yesterday in Cancer. So this is actually the perfect time for this energy to be showing its head, all right, budding. Yeah, there's stuff here that I can't necessarily tell you. This is a general reading. It's going to be a lot more personalized from a one-on-one perspective. You know yourself better than I do. But at the end of the day, I love you, and I know you love you. I'll be back. I hope this message helped you.